Praise the Lord, everybody. Praise the Lord, everybody. Y'all hear that in the background? It's my brother-in-law, Chris Flo, out of Louisville. At any rate, that's gospel rap, by the way, so I don't listen to too much other than outside of gospel. I do listen to some R&B on occasion and some, as long as it's clean and it ain't got no whole bunch of calling women out their name and talking about raping and killing and all that old crazy stuff. As long as it's clean, I'll listen to it. If it's outside of that, I can't get down with that no more. Left those days behind when I gave up my life to Christ. So if you're looking for that on this channel, you're on the wrong one, baby. Just wanted to get with y'all real quick. Starting a channel. Left Brinks back in February. Was blessed to be able to take some much needed time off. Spend with the wifey wife of many moons. We were blessed to be able to celebrate our 24th, right, baby? 24th anniversary in Hilton Head, South Carolina. I was going to say North Carolina. Hilton Head, South Carolina. Had an absolute blast. I'm going to see if I can find some video of that. I've got some somewhere. I got to show y'all some video of my wife and my mother and my sister. Them worried about me and this gator. I was calling them gator bait. At the house that we rented out there. Blast! I mean, y'all, we had a blast. We had an absolute blast. We had so much fun out there that at some point in the distant, probably distant future, we are going to purchase a home out there in Hilton Head, South Carolina. Of course, we're gonna put it on the rental thing so it can be paid for by anybody that wants to come visit South Carolina. But that'll be in the works in a few years. That's a few years down the road. But we were able to spend that quality time. We also got the opportunity to visit the Noah's Ark Museum, right? The Noah's Ark Museum in Kentucky. I can't think of the city, the little city it's in. It's just north of Georgetown, Kentucky, which is north of Lexington, Kentucky. It's right off of 75. I tell you, if you get the opportunity to go and check that place out, by all means, it's well worth it. I think it's like $24 a person. I got my wife in the background. She don't want to be on camera. $40 a person?
I think it was.
Was it? It wasn't that much, was it? Well, she's saying it's $40 a person, so I don't think that's what we paid though. But call ahead, find out. But even if it's $40 a person, it was well worth it. We thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. Go there with a couple of hours because it's a lot to see. It's a lot to see and a lot to do. They've got stuff for the kids. They got petting zoos. They got some restaurants in there and stuff like that. So if you're interested in any Bible recreation type stuff, then by all means, I tell you, visit there. What's the other place that we went to that's up in northern Kentucky? The Creation Museum. Creation Museum. If you get a chance to go there, we've been there 3 times. Man, we had a blast. We actually had a group. We took our church. We had a church picnic up there and had an absolute blast. So if you get a chance to go up there, by all means, mosey on up and take a visit. You won't regret it. But at any rate, yeah, we're transitioning over, so I'm using this channel for my transition into the trucking industry. We're going to document, for lack of a better term at this moment, but document our transition into the game. So just to give y'all heads up the way it's going to go down, and this is the plan. But of course, God's might overrule it, change it a little bit. You know how we do. But if the Lord say the same, this is what we're going to do. I'm going into trucking. I'm going to start in January. Hold on for a second, y'all. We're going to have to pause this for a second. All right, we back. I had to confer with my teammate, my road dog, my wife. She wanted to put me on pause for a second, but I had to go on and overrule her a little bit in the plan. So the plan is this. And again, let me say this. Let me preface this one more time so she'll be satisfied. This plan is subject to change. But the plan is this. I'm going to work in January, hopefully the 1st. But if not the 1st, it's going to depend on our other little venture we got going on to take care of home. We got another little get down that we got working to take care of home that's already been approved, and I'm just waiting on a closing date. But we got to take care of the house, get the house taken care of first of all. So we're gonna lay the smack on that. But anyway, so January 1st or somewhere in the first part of January, I'm going to work for Maverick Transportation, flatbed division. I'm going to work there, do my year or so. Some companies allow you to go into training after 6 months, but I think I'm going to wait for a year to get that done. And then after that year, go into driver training, which is obviously more money, but I also want to be a trainer to help new drivers out, what have you. But there's an ultimate goal behind that as well. So I'm going into training. My wife is possibly going to retire in either 2.5 years or 7.5 years. That'll put her at, in 2.5 years, that'll put her at 20 years at UPS. In 7.5 years, obviously 5 more years, I'll put her at 25 at UPS. She's going to retire a year prior to her decision, though. I'm going to move from flatbed to probably another company. The company I'm going with doesn't run teams, and we're gonna be running teams. So the end goal is to lease, purchase, owner op, and buy a truck and run teams. That we're constantly moving, constantly racking up miles, and constantly stacking up the bank account, making money. All the while, we'll be spreading the good news, which is the gospel that Christ has came to earth, bled and died. He was lived without sin, was raised on the 3rd day, and is seated in glory right now. And we are waiting his soon return. If you don't believe that, then you're obviously not a Christian. At any rate, so long story short, go get into trucking, get into training. Oh, and then I guess I didn't finish that. Once she comes on and she gets trained, that year before, I'm gonna transition over to a company that runs teams. Once she gets trained, gets her license, she will be my last student, and at which point we will be, once she gets through with her evaluation and gets hired on, we'll run teams from then on out until we stack up our chips, and the goal is to, again, like I said, first thing off top, we always been tithe payers, so we're gonna be paying our tithes off the top. Number one, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. There's no question to that. Tithes come off the top. and then we'll stack our chips. Of course, let me rephrase that: tithes and offering. Tithes and offering come off the top, and we stack our chips, pay our bills, and purchase some properties, and go from there. We're possibly looking at several different places, but I know for one for sure, we want to get some property in Hilton Head, South Carolina, and then we want to get some property south as well. We've already got a house in Louisville. Looking at possibly getting another. I know we want to get one more property in Louisville because where our house is, there's nowhere for us to park our truck. So we're gonna need. We're probably gonna rent this one out. And then purchase another property with some land so that we can we'll have somewhere to park our truck when we're back in Louisville. And then the same thing, we're possibly going to purchase some property down in El Paso, Texas, where our my mother and father-in-law, her mother and father are. Hopefully with some land, so we can park our truck down there as well. So, with that being said, we got friends over at Brinks that are still hanging out there. Y'all keep up the good work. I had to get out of there, but you all do y'all thing. People ask me why I left after 19 years. It was just getting a little bit more than what I signed up for, I guess. Was it all Brink's issue? No, part of it was me. At the end there, I got to a point to where, I cared less and less about the company itself. Not so much the people that worked for me, but I had less and less stomach for the politics of the company, and the only thing that kept me there as long as I was there was the people that worked for me. If it wasn't for that, I'd have been gone a long time ago. When you wake up, if you wake up in the morning, let me say it like this: if you wake up in the morning and you dread going in, it's time to move on. It's time to move on. And I prayed about it and fought through it, and prayed about it and fought through it, and fortunately I was able to we came to a mutual agreement, I guess, that somebody else needed to put the smack down, and I needed to get out of there. But with that being said, hold on for just a second. All right, where was I at? Anyway, shoot, I forgot. Man, my mind is gone, boy. But anyway, when you get to the point to where you get sick to your stomach when it's time to go into work, it's time to roll on, man. But again, I had a lot of people over there that kept me going. Some haters. Of course, you got haters everywhere, but that's being part of being in management is people talking about you like a D.O. double, capital G. But it is what it is. They can't stop God, boy. But when we got out of there and we got blessed to be able to, have no negative reviews or anything like that, and then you had to when you leave, sometimes they had to pay up. What I'm saying? They had to pay up. So I was one of the ones that got to get out of there without any issue. Had a non-compliant or a non-compete that I signed years ago, so can't go back into the same industry for several years. But I don't want to go back into it, so. I'm going back in. I'm going into trucking, and we got our plan. We're gonna execute the plan, start our own business, and make all kinds of money. Like Andrew Jackson Chasing Andrew Jackson says over there, check that little young brother out. He's young in trucking, and YouTube channels will tell you about trucking. If you ever want to get into it, if you want to make some money, you don't have to have a whole lot of education. You just got to have some integrity and some basic skills. If you want to make some money, trucking's where it's at. Looks like I'll be letting y'all know as I go though. But like Andrew says, I'm come over here trying to make all kinds of money. But we taking the Lord with us with making all this money. And again, tithes and offering first, and then take care of my family. Get some property, get some residual income, and build our business. So with that being said, y'all be blessed, and we will holler at you as we go. We're gonna record mainly this is gonna be about trucking, but we're also gonna have a few family type videos and things like that of my family, because this channel is really gonna be for my family and friends who care to follow, but it's really gonna be for my family to see where I'm at, what we're doing, me to communicate back and forth with them as we're going. So y'all keep me in prayer, keep us in prayer. Pray the Lord agrees with our plan, and if he doesn't, he'll show us the light anyway. So y'all keep us up. Remember, if you're in Louisville, Kentucky, come over and visit us at Mount Sinai AOH Church of God on 3113 Hale Avenue, where the pastor is Reverend Gina Redmond. Come on, see her. If you want the unadulterated word, come over and see it. Now, if you got some feelings that held on your shoulder and you don't want to hear about being wrong, that ain't the place for you. She preaches nothing but the truth, and she don't hold no bars. She don't soft shoe. She don't step and fetch. She ain't trying to get no money, and I can guarantee you this: she's not going to the casino with money. You know how I know that? Because I'm the trustee, baby. I see everything that goes on there. So come check us out if you're in Louisville. Come and check us out. We'll welcome you. We're a family church. We're a friendly church. And if you don't have a church home, this just might be the church home for you. Indeed, you'll be welcomed in that place. All right. God bless you. We'll see you on the flip side. We're going to try and keep the wheels rolling and keep the shiny side up.